Hello, Atlantis Scalar peeps. This is Dr. Elisa Medhus with Atlantis Scalar, but also with Channeling Eric, a blog and YouTube channel I created after my son, Eric Medhus, died. And I'm going to continue reading you your bedtime stories, so get up under the covers all snuggly. We're going to continue reading, My Life After Death, a Memoir from Heaven. This is a cool chapter, number 6, called The Blackness. Think of the color black. Black like the night sky when there's no moon out. Black like a black cat on Halloween, which was actually yesterday. Sorry about my voice. I sound like an old smoking man. I have a cold. Are you thinking about it? Good. Now stop, because that's not going to get you even close to the all-consuming darkness that surrounded me when I left my life review. I should have been terrified, but I wasn't. Believe it or not, it had a smell to it. If I had to describe that smell, I'd say it was like the fragrance of the crisp morning air. Then slowly, these colors started to appear out of the darkness that surrounded and permeated me. I've never gone deep sea diving, where it's pitch black except for those creatures that can create their own light through bioluminescence. Big word for a little boy. But that's what those colors were like. They were their own contained light source. It was beautiful. The blackness was like being in a womb before you're born. I guess it's kind of also like a spiritual car wash. It heals you, nourishes you, and prepares you to go to the next step in your spiritual existence, all new and sparkly clean. This part of my healing didn't take very long for me, because my energetic field wasn't all that damaged, despite the fact that I'd committed suicide. I feel like that's going to be hard to understand for a lot of people, and believe me, I get it. No one should have to feel so bad about living that they want to escape it at any cost, but sometimes that's just how things shake out. The only way I can put it, and as simply as possible, is this: no judgment and infinite forgiveness. I know I said this before, but I want to be really clear about this. That was the biggest aha moment from my life review, that right and wrong are human constructs. And what truly matters is forgiving yourself and others. It boils down to compassion and love. So yeah, for me, my feeling felt more like a car wash. I put my quarter in the beginning. I got my wash, which was my life review. I got air blown on me to dry off, and I went into that darkness where my energy was buffed and mended. You might wonder why everything was black. I did too. Well, the thing is, I had to go through blackness because up until then, like after my life review and everything, I had focused all my attention on myself and what created the dark, unhappy life I had lived. I had to experience that darkness for what it really was before I could release it and be healed. Just energy, not good or bad, but still all around me and inside me. Before I go on, I really want to say a little bit more about living with a mental illness, because it's something that heavily influenced the way I thought and acted when I was alive, and in a lot of ways continues to influence me as a spirit. Living with a mental illness sucked for me because I was always second-guessing myself. And no matter how great I felt one day or week or month, I'd always plunge back into severe depression and hopelessness. Oh, baby. My mental illness made me feel like I was wrong and everything was right. Everyone else was right. It made me feel like they had something I didn't, and that they were living their life in a certain way that I wasn't or couldn't. It's like everyone but me came into life wearing the same shoe size, but my shoes were 2 sizes too small. So I had to walk throughout life in pain. Anyway, what all this talk about mental illness has to do with the blackness is this. As I spent time there, feeling myself being washed, cleaned, all the stigma and pain and confusion of my disease fell away, along with everything else. And I felt, and for the first time, pretty much ever, I felt what it was like to be free from that. Wow. During my time in the blackness, my body started to feel different too. At first I was afraid. I was petrified, haha, sorry, to look down on it, so I didn't. At that point, I just felt like I didn't have a sense of human anatomy or shape anymore. It was like, these are my fingers, this is my nose, and I didn't have that feeling that my skin was the boundary between my environment and me. I just got this sense that I was some sort of light with a shape to it, maybe like the beings I'd seen earlier. Then that dark healing space pixelated away, pinhole by pinhole again, and I decided to go for it and take a look at what I was made of now that I'd crossed over. That will be the next chapter, my new body. That's a good one. All right, you guys check out ChannelingEric.com and AtlantaScalar.com. Love you all. Bye-bye. And good night.